everybody, and welcome back to the Vortex Racing League. This is season 1 of our inaugural championship, folks. We've been to Australia, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Miami, Italy, Spain, Canada, Austria. Last week we were at Great Britain, where it was wet and dreary out. Now we're at Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps, the Netherlands, Mexico City, Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi to round out this championship, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the points standings next. Epic 15-round championship lined up for us, folks, but looking at the points now, it's 235 to Alpine, leading the Red Bull team by 98 points. Aston Martin in third with 122, Haas with 109, Kick Sauber in fifth. Top two belong to Alpine in the driver's standings. Buki in third, Middleman in fourth, Muffin Brand, McSpeed, Maverick, Detains, What Do, and It's Domain will line your top 10. Drivers in the qualifying session so far have put down 144s for their personal bests. Sets down the bar about 2/10 faster than the nearest opponent. Papa Green probably in for an in-lap this time, and so is Get What It Do coming through Sector 2 now. And not looking like a great time there. Let's check out Grunch Munch, who's having a bit of a moment coming out of La Source, turn number 1. .37 seconds for Sector 2 for Grunch Munch. A little bit of history here around Spa-Francorchamps, or some track facts for you. Track length of 4.3 miles, that's 7 kilometers. Founded in 1921. It's been the current layout from 2022. We are located in Francorchamps, Belgium. We have 19 corners total, 9 to the right, 10 to the left, with 337 feet of elevation change, and the long Kemmel Straight being 0.65 miles long. Chronico being able to set a time 2/10 back from Papa Green that last time around. Manila Man running about 4 seconds slower through Sector 1 tells me they're not on for one. What about Reese VRL? Well, right now they're out on an outlap. Haven't seen much of this man either. Seppi flying up the hill through a Rouge and Radion. Looking good for the man in silver. Coming out of Speaker's Corner into Pouon next. A double left-hander. and into the Fangies. Spit out into Campus and then Stavlot. It's a long lap here at Spa-Francorchamps. Leads you out to Corporate Paul Ferrer and into the fast left-hander of Blanchimont. Into the heavy braking zone of the final bus stop chicane. And you can make or break your lap there as well. Seppi gets to the line with a banker. That'll be a 154.2 for Seppi. Pookie gets out of the way for this man here, Reese, who looks to be on a flyer right now. Papa Green leads us in through this final part of qualifying in front of Chronico. Get in P3, SD Buki in fourth, Manilaman in fifth, What It Do, GSR, Souls, McSpeed, Detains, Dumaine, Grunch Munch, Reese, Seppi will round out all of the participants here tonight. SSG Shadow and Ian Mack unable to set laps before the session got concluded for them. Reese with a 144.755 that last time around, only good enough for fourth position here. Full deployment, getting to the line, trying to maximize the short run to La Source for the start of their lap on board of the Haas of Jetmile. Hello, RMB-7. Welcome to the YouTube chat. Thank you very much for being here and watching. You're watching Vortex Racing League on F1 25. Heavy braking zone down into Lacombe and then the right-hander of Malmedy. Before we punch it down the crest and into Brussels. And through Speaker's Corner, formerly known as No Name, and out through Poulan. Agnes. 210s up on where they need to be. It's about the same mark that they hit before. Can they change anything going into bus stop chicane? Topping out at 310 kilometers per hour. And that will be it for Git. What It Do running about 3 seconds slower on this lap than their personal best, so obviously just a sighting lap for them. Everybody else in pit lane in the final 4 minutes of the qualifying session, folks. GSR now has to do the hard work in the final 4 minutes of qualifying. Can they stitch together a lap a little bit closer to the 144.448 set by Papa Green in that pole position time? Everybody else seemingly just resting. We have a few drivers coming out on their out laps now. Sulce, Dumaine, and Grunchmunch all coming out now. Currently about a half-second faster than their PB. This can put them up into the first 3 rows potentially. Not a great exit out of the bus stop chicane, but what's the improvement? It'll be P7 for Riles. 7/10 back at the end of the day. Not too shabby for the Kip Sauber team. Duane starting their final run now. And that'll be it for the qualifying session. Everybody else in pit lane right now, so that'll conclude the session up. Dumaine, final stages of qualifying. Can they do anything to find some improvement? 2 seconds back currently, and the session will officially tick over now. And that's it for the session, folks. Qualifying is concluded. That'll be 13th place for Dumaine at the end of the day. Papa Green in P1, Chronico in P2, Get in 3rd, What It Do in 4th, Reese in 5th, SD Buki, Riles, Seppi, Manila Man and Sulse round out your top 10. Mixed Speed detains its domain, and Grunch Munch round out the 14 drivers here tonight. Oh, excuse me, we got SSG Shadow Kit and It's Bear and Ian Mac not setting times, but still with 17 drivers lined up for the grid. And we're officially into Q2, it looks like. A bit of a surprise to me. And it looks like we're going to have another 30 minutes of qualifying, folks. Stand by as we verify this with race control here. Just wanted to confirm with race control that we are going to have a full qualifying session, and yes, we will have a full qualifying session tonight. So another 12 and a half minutes on the clock for the drivers to set their best laps. Here comes Get in the top 14. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's a pleasure to be your host, Sagar Bakshi, aka The Real High, taking from green to checkered flag tonight on behalf of the Vortex Racing League. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for all that good stuff. Get notifications of whenever we go live next. Also, check out the live tab to see all of the scheduled live events up and coming. Lap time to beat in Q1 was a 1:44. Let's see if Get can throw down any better than that. $144.697 might be good enough for provisional pole for now. Grunch Munch also making it through. 146.1 coming out for GSR. Mixed speed, what it do with times trickling in, 144.9, 146.7 respectively. Salsa 145.1. Manila Man not getting a valid one in. Papa Green 144.346. And this will be Grunch Munch's first run of things. And it won't be a valid lap for Grunch either. First run for Reese. Getting up to the chicane. Grunch retires from the session. Will automatically become eliminated from Q2. Reese pulls out the fastest time, 143.865. Best over his teammate by then and some. Very long in lap for the drivers. But Conoco, GSR, Riles, Getma, what it do, all coming down pit lane for some service. And still have 8:40 remaining on the clock before they get back out on track again. I'll be an in-lap for Detains there. From 10th position, he goes into pit lane. Manila Man really risking it for the biscuit through Pouan. And importantly enough, this man here hasn't set a lap yet. Perhaps they are waiting for the last couple of minutes of qualifying before they showed their cards. Six minutes left in Q2. Everybody pretty much in pit lane right now, or getting ready for an outlap in the final minutes of qualifying. Chronico going to be the next driver to give us a hot lap as they set themselves up to be pitch perfect coming down towards turn 1 of La Source. Awkward 120-degree corner where you plummet down the hill into Eau Rouge, the Red River, and then up through Radion and through the Camel Strait. Coming down the Camel Strait, you have a little bit of time to check your mirrors before you get down to Lacombe and Malmedy. And your slingshot out into Brussels. Out of Brussels, down into Speaker's Corner or No Name Corner. You can see the motorcycle layout there off to the left-hand side. And now in through Pouhon. A double left-hander at maximum speed. Now the right-left chicane variant of the Fangies, where you get down to Campus and Stavelot. Two back-to-back right-hand corners that lead you out on the long straightaway of Corporate Pont Ferrer. What's up, Souls? Thank you very much, brother. And now into Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane. And you punch out of the chicane, get to the checkered line, and it'll be third place for Chronico. And we'll make it through to Q1 now. Taines is finding a little bit of improvement there, almost 2/10 to be found. And Taines only 19 thousandths better than his previous best, will most likely get bumped out of Q2 now. Riles comes down pit lane. That'll end their qualifying run. And Chronico, I imagine, doing the same thing. Buki and What It Do trying to get their final runs in now, but I think to no avail, as the sessions will probably conclude while they're doing their final lap. Everybody taking those soft compound tires out for a spin. Couple retirements from the session, trying to advance it a little bit sooner, but we do have a couple people finishing up these laps SD Buki and What It Do right up ahead. So let me know how everything sounds, brother. Hopefully we're coming through crystal clear. And that'll be it in the 5 seconds remaining of Q2 before we advance the session over to Q3. And Boogie's going to take the provisional pole and walk away with it in front of Reese VRL. 1:43.8, the new benchmark to be beat. But that's only the Q2 time. We still have Q3 ready to go. Sos just barely makes it in at the end of the day into the top 10. And he says he's out of tires. Very lucky there, Souls. That'll leave McSpeed, Dumaine, Detains, and Grunch Munch in the bottom 4 to get bumped out of Q1. So says also did a lap on used tires for Q2. Top 10 falls, but the bottom 4 are out. McSpeed, Dumaine, Detains, and Grunch Munch unfortunately not setting a time there. Aston sandwich for Q2. Yes, it was. Aston at the front, Aston at the rear. Sandwiched the entire grid together. Now Q3, the final qualifying session underway now. It'll be Get being the first out on track in the Haas. Weaving and warming up those soft compound tires for their first flyer. Everybody on an out lap now, folks. leave you with the sights and sounds of the Haas for this outlap. Be back in just a few moments' time. A big push lap here for the Haas. That will mean a lot for the driver who could potentially start on pole position. Now, qualifying isn't everything at a track like Spa-Francorchamps. There are many DRS zones and many flat-out sections going side by side, and it's definitely achievable. Super deep on the brakes for Gitma. $144.9797. Isn't quite into the 143 mark, and Papa Green throws down a 143 there, 144.5 for Manila Man. What can what it do bring to the table? A 144.6. And I think that Salsa in the background with a new set of tires, 145.1 for Salsa. Riles coming through the low chicane on the circuit, and Campus and Stavlot. What does GSR Riles have? P5 is what they're able to throw down at 144.817. Gitma comes down pits, and I expect everybody else to do the same now. Conoco leaving it to the last minute to get their lap done. If they're on an out lap now, expect that to take them about 2 minutes to complete, and then get 143, 144 in, plus an in lap. I think they'll only get one attempt. Buki goes into provisional second place, 143.978. Goes in front of Manila Man in P3. And Seppi finds 8th place with a 145.376. Reese and Crodico not finding lap times, though, will really hurt their qualifying stance. I think everybody else is either on an out lap or on an in lap for now. Except for this man, a 143.9 on that flyer will put him in second place onto the front row. Now Seppi also in the pits. Reese trying to zip his way around the racetrack to get this final attempt in. Doesn't even have a banker lap to his name. Worst possible situation to be in is going into the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of qualifying at Spa-Francorchamps and not having a banker lap in. Final run for Reese here. Good looking run through a Rouge, Radion, and Kemmel. Down the Kemmel straight. Trying to do everything he can right now to push this lap. Chronico comes into the pits, able to go up into third, bumps Buki back into fourth. Green in provisional pole. One second separating the top five right now. Make that 6 as Reese gets a P5 result for qualifying. Checker flag is going to wave for the session. Chronico and Seppi will be the first to accept it. We'll get the official results populated here in just a few moments' time as the drivers finish up their in-laps. .143.113. New benchmark to be beat, but I don't think anybody could. But SD Buki tried. He would have had it, but 12 thousandths is what's going to separate Buki from Papa Green, going down into La Source for the first time. Officially wrap up the session, folks, as we head down into the race heat in just a few moments' time. Don't go anywhere as Papa Green, Buki, Chronico, Get, Manila Man, Reese, Sulse, What It Do, GSR, Riles, and Seppi into the top 10 for qualifying 3. Waiting for the grid to get readied up, and then we will take our long formation lap here at Spa-Francorchamps before we get ready to go racing. And we're still waiting for race control to give us the green light to begin the gridding process. Apologize for the delay, folks. Again, apologize for the technical delay, folks, but this is all in for the nature of safety that we are waiting for the grid to get finalized. Getting ready to go green here in just about 2 minutes time. Heard from race control. And we're rolling, folks. Very long outlap here at Spa-Francorchamps. There's the strategies for you. 5 laps expected to be run on the softs before they have to switch over to the mediums. Only a few drivers brave enough to select the soft compound tires to start the race in that top 10. Other than that, from 11 on back, it's pretty much split down the middle, softs and mediums. But definitely decisive run onto the mediums for the top 10. Other than the 4th place runner and the 2nd place of SD Buki. Bob Green, Buki on the front row, Chronico and Get on the 2nd, Manila Man and Reese on the 3rd, Sauce What It Do on the 4th, GSR and Riles and Seppi on the 5th, McSpeed and Dumaine on the 6th, Detains Grunch Munch on 7th, SSG Shadow Kit and Bear on the 8th, and Ian Mack lines the 9th row by himself. Now we're ready to officially go racing, folks, here at Spa-Francorchamps. And it's green, green, green for the first time in Vortex Racing League history. Down towards La Source. It's a big spin for the driver in 2nd place. That's SD Buki having a slip and slide moment. And there's a huge collision further back, and that'll be the immediate wave of the double yellow, and I believe we're gonna fall behind the safety car instantaneously. Crazy start to this race, but Spa does like to provide crazier lap 1, turn 1 excitement than Monza at times. I think that's what we got a little taste of. It looks like we're back to green flag running as Papa Green has taken off at Pouon, promoting Reese up into 4th place already. I think we'll see a little bit of a procession start here, or a parade forming, and I think we're having cautions waved again in Sector 3, but everybody seems to be running at a good rate of speed. And there will be a couple of drivers to take the pit stop calls. It looks like we will be behind the official safety car. Here on lap 1 of 22 under our belt. Lights are out on the safety car though, so expect this to be a short one-lapper. Anthony Green cheering on Shadow Kit. Currently running in 16th place in the crimson red colors. Coming out of pit lane, still has a 10-second penalty to serve. Back up with the rest of the field. Papa Green behind the safety car now. And we will be behind the safety car for an additional lap, it looks like. All the lights were out on the safety car. It looks like the field wasn't quite bunched up yet. Oh, hold on one second. Looks like Bear needs an invite. I don't have Bear as a friend. Queued up behind Papa Green now. Drivers all fanning out, trying to find any advantage they can on their opponents, and Papa Green takes off into the final sector, and he'll lead us into La Source for the second time under green flag conditions. A move around the outside for Get. On to Taines, a look on the inside at Malmedy, but the overlap wasn't there and Get had to back out quickly. Again, the procession begins, folks. A single file running Reese will find P3 on the restart. Able to get past Run It Do easily. Detains in the background. Trying to get past the Red Bull Oracle machine next as well. Ian Mack gets a time penalty for cutting the racetrack. Here's Grunch Munch and Riles not settling team orders very easily. Sulfs in the background, that sandwich of Aston Martins, as Buki now runs down in 14th position as well. Oh my goodness! And it looks like Souls was in way too deep there at Lacombe and may have run into the back of GSR or Grunch. Back over to the leaders. That gap of 1 second seems to continue to be there. And if he continues to grow, Papa Green can escape with his victory unscathed. On board with Papa Green coming down in through the chicane. .147.10 being the new fast lap of the session. Chronico a little further back, but should get the helping hand of the drag reduction system should they be able to stay within that 1 second range. Ooh, and they're just barely outside. The Conico will not get the drag reduction system coming down the Kemmel Straight. Change here between Seppi and Grunch Munch. Again, coming down the Kemmel Straight before we got to Lacombs is where it happened. Grunch Munch on the attack. Keeps hammering away time between themselves and Seppi out in front. Riles gets by a whole bunch of cars that are headed down pit lane. But the drivers that pick the soft compound tires that are headed into the pits get their service and head back out onto the racetrack. Gap closes down between our race leader and Chronico. They're separated by just about a half a second on the tarmac. Reese BRL 1.5 seconds back, and that hasn't really waved off. It stayed around that 1.5 second mark since its inception. Tells me that the leaders aren't really running away with it right now as Kuriko's gap slinkies back to outside that 1 second range. And it will be a pit stop call for Reese on the mediums, just trying to do something different than what everybody else is doing. Looks like he'll be mounting the hard compound tires. Listening to the drivers during the practice session, they are saying that the hards can go about 11 laps while the mediums can go about those 8 laps or so. So seeing those come into effect now, Manila Man 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits warnings. Oh, detains and Get exchange positions as Get made a costly mistake coming down into Lacombe. This train of cars hasn't separated themselves yet. Manila Man, Speed, and Boki, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Souls on the attack or under attack from Reese. As Reese was able to get by. Now Green into the box. We'll take a brand new set of hards. And Chronico ends up staying out. I'll inherit the lead of the race here on lap 9. Here comes Reese chasing down Seppi in front. Again, Reese has already made his pit stop, so he's battling cars that haven't made their first stop just yet, and goes for a move on Seppi. That was a high percentage move, and it ended up working out in his favor. Solce in the background trying to do the same. Here's Get in a gaggle of cars in front of him, side by side between Detains and Buki. And now the Haas is trying to get involved. We'll go to the inside line on Buki, find the daylight and get it done. Whoa, and there's a spinner. That's McSpeed. Pit stop there for Seppi by the looks of it. Yes, that will be a pit stop call for Seppi. And again, the hard tires being the preferred compound for the second stint. Gitma and Detains able to invert their positions. Gets by Detains in the battle for 6th and 7th. Now, Koniko and What It Do have stayed out this entire time. Grunch Munch retires from the session, as well as Bear. I'm curious if Koniko and What It Do are going to try to make it to lap 11. Nope, Koniko will not make it to lap 11. Not a lap 11's completion at the very least. I'll make it to lap 10. Seppi gets a drive-through for speeding behind the safety car, and I didn't see why the safety car got called. Let's see that we have one. Koniko gets the advantage there, being able to pit behind the safety car. Now has What It Do behind, and Papa Green way further back. Go see if we can talk to the McLaren pit wall here and see if anybody's there for McLaren. Is anybody there on the McLaren pit wall? Don't hear McSpeed or Chronico. So I'm going to take that as a no. What about on the Red Bull wall? Is anybody there on the Red Bull wall?
What's going on, hi?
Hey, what's going on? What it do? And Manila Man? How's your races going so far?
Couldn't ask for a better start.
Yeah, things are looking good. You're able to pit behind the safety car. Get P2 under your belt. Now you have a pretty fast guy of Papa Green behind you. Anything to worry about there?
Oh, not at all, hi. Be all right.
Yeah, right on, right on. Anything from you, Manila Man?
I'm trying to do a comeback race right now because my race was botched. So.
Please do not come on my back. Whatever you do not come on my back.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you. I would appreciate that. Have a good one. Good luck.
Thank you, hi. You too.
All right, hi.
I really hope that man does not come on my back. Back to the racing action. Behind the safety car, at least. Anybody there from the Haas pit wall? Is anybody there on the Haas pit wall?
Yeah, what's up?
Hello, is this Gitmamal?
This is I. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to check in and see how your race was going so far.
It was an interesting start, but I mean, we managed to, I guess, climb back-ish.
Yes.
Like turn one, I think Bookie just lost it in the rear, so I had to slow down or ran him basically, and I think that caused like a domino effect, which like caused the safety car.
Yeah, quite the carnage at turn one. Didn't quite get a good glimpse of it, but I'm sure we'll review it in the replay. Yeah.
I think that's about it. There wasn't a lot. I'm not here like much. I'm sure Steve would probably bring it up, but I guess we need like an eyewitness. So it was kind of there when he got kind of punted a bit and spun out. But aside from that, I guess we're back to being like the points.
Yeah.
Going on soft really messed everything up once the safety car came in.
Yeah, really tricky once the safety car came out, but back onto the hards, equal strategy to the rest of the field. Looking forward to the remaining stage of the race. Right on, I'll let you get to it. Thank you very much, Git. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too. Looks like we're going to get one more behind the safety car. Several drivers have won their first Formula One race at the iconic Spa-Francorchamps. Notable examples include Michael Schumacher, who won his first race in Spa in 1992 driving for Benetton. Kimi Räikkönen secured his first victory in 2003 for McLaren, and Daniel Ricciardo won his first Grand Prix in 2014 driving for Red Bull here. Will there be another victory of firsts here tonight for the Vortex Racing League, or will it be another repeat winner from this championship bout? Safety cars in, and we're green flag running, and Papa Green already gets a leapfrog over what it do. Oh no, has Souls found the wall? I think he has, yeah. Reese trying to gain positions, gets one done on GSR Riles on the race start, but Riles is going to try to snap back immediately. Taines and Sappy teammates on paper, but not here on the racetrack as Taines gets by Sappy. Battle for the lead has the turns tabled as Kronico leads Papa Green this time. Just 8 laps to go when the leaders cross the line. Who's going to come out on top here in Belgium? DRS officially enabled. Papa Green might get the advantage coming down the Kemmel Straight. What it do in tow as well. Reese is there alongside GSR Riles. The DRS is wide open. Kronico can do nothing to retort. The move was already done by the time the DRS flap had even opened. Papa Green back into the lead of this event by around 7/10 of a second. Reese in third. Riles in fourth. What it do in fifth. Buki in sixth. Just 7 laps to go, folks, here at the circuit, Spa-Francorchamps. Can Koniko do anything to close down the gap on Papa Green out in front? Well, Buki is able to close down the gap on what to do. Not only do that, but get by him here coming down Kimmel Straight. Gitma did not seem pleased with the way the race had gone so far. Hoping to recover in the better points paying position than P7 for now as we come through the chicane and chase down what it do. Buki puts down the new fast lap of the event, 147.165 on the hard compound tires. Big lock up there from Git. Coming into La Source. This might be a move. It will be successful for Git, and it'll be successful for Buki to get by Riles up ahead as well. Lap 17 of 22. Only 5 remaining laps in this race. The gap for P1 has opened up to around 2.6 seconds. Chronico unable to keep even within touching distance of Papa Green. Big slide there from Detains coming into the final chicane. Here's what it do. Trying to get that position back on Get in front. What about Reese? He's closed down the gap on Chronico for P2. With just 4 laps remaining, could it be an Alpine front row lockout? Mixed speed and detains, both carrying penalties together. So this will be an outright battle for position. Reese looks to the inside line, coming down the Kemmel straight, walks right on by Cornico, coming down into Lacombe. Into the braking zone, checked up under brakes. McSpeed rolls into the back of Detains. That'll be a front nose gun and a rear diffuser gun from both of those drivers. Now, can Chronico recover back up into P2, or is the battle with Reese concluded for now? Just 3 more laps of running left to go, and a half-second gap that continues to grow. Nilman and What It Do are again teammates on paper. Doesn't look that way on the asphalt now. Just 2 more laps of running. That'll be 2 more attempts down the Kemmel straight for Chronico to get one over on Reese. Focus and determination out of Chronico. But will it be too little, too late? The battle here between Buki and Riles isn't over. Now Buki now needs to get a 3-second gap between himself and Riles to secure P4. And the gravel trap isn't going to help Buki at all, as he has a little excursion at the exit of Malmedy. Conoco closes down the gap here on the final lap we go. Gitma gets by Buki coming into the final corner. It looks like there was a big incident for Buki. That takes him out of the race, unfortunately. A look to the inside line, trying to throw Reese off, but I think that's all it was. Reese wiggling into the braking zone. Chronico trying to follow suit there into Brussels. And now into No Name. It'll be single file line with Papa Green 2.5 up the road. Through Poulan, single file as well. Think he might be a little too far back to make anything happen unless it's a late lap lunge going into the chicane. But it will be Papa Green leading us into the chicane for the final time. 22 out of 22 for Green. It'll be a win for Papa Green. Reese to round out the podium. Chronico in P3. GSR Rouse in P4. Get in 5th. In front of Manila Man in 6th. What It Do detains McSpeed and Dumaine in the provisional top 10. Let's check in with the Alpine pit wall and see how they're going to celebrate tonight.
Yes.
Lots of beers.
Good race
Yeah,
tonight,
fun.
huh, boys?
Yep, very fun. Whew.
Say less.
Yep.
Alpine Constructors Champ, right?
Yep, that's what's gonna happen, man.
Alright, bump in.
All right, on, boys. Have a good night, guys.
Alright. Yeah, you too.
We'll take a look at the official results here in just a few moments as the last of the drivers come across the line. And here are your official results after the podium celebrations. And the champagne's gonna fly for the BWT Alpine team. Race winner being Papa Green, fastest lap Green as well. Driver of the day going to Detains. GSR Morale getting the most overtakes. And cleanest driver going to What It Do. Papa Green took the victory in front of Reese VRL. Chronico in P3. GSR Riles in 4th. Gitma in 5th. What It Do in 6th. Manila Man in 7th. Detains in 8th. McSpeed in 9th. Dumaine in 10th. Seppi in 11th. Ian Mac Sols, SSG Shadow Kit, SD Buki, and Grunch Munch, with It's Bear rounding out the 17 participants. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's been a pleasure to take you from green to checkered flag. As always, please remember to stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next week. Same time, same place. Goodbye for now, and we'll see you in 1 week's time.
All the voices in my head getting louder. They told me not to tell you, but they're itching for the powder. Got that blurry vision, seeing double.